because it's not a documentary. It's people's perspective that we are showing in the film. So his perspective was very important to understand because हर बंदे का एक अलग perspective होता है to see a particular story.
Hurdang matlab, it has a lot of connotations.
Hi, this is Sunny Kaushal.
Hi, this is Nikhil Bhat.
And you are watching us on PeepingMoon.com.
हमारे साथ हुड़दंग मचाने आ रहे हैं सनी कौशल एंड डायरेक्टर निखिल भट्ट एंड सीधे मुद्दे पे आते हैं. ये दद्दू ठाकुरे की कैसे प्रोनाउंस करना है?
डड्डू.
डड्डू. डड्डू माने डड्डू.
डड्डू हमने मतलब फिल्म में एक्चुअली इट्स डड्डू माने वही दद्दू टाइप ही हो गया कि बाप का बाप.
बाप का बाप. क्योंकि डड्डू तो पंजाबी में डड्डू.
डड्डू पंजाबी में सर डड्डू का मतलब होता है फ्रॉग.
फ्रॉग.
तो सर ने वही रखा है. फुदकता है ना ये फिल्म में.
फुदकता बहुत है.
हाँ.
बट स्टार्टिंग जो मेरा फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन ट्रेलर देखने के बाद था, यू एक्चुअली रिक्रिएटेड दिस एंटायर 90s, नॉट जस्ट फ्रॉम द सेट, फ्रॉम द लुक, द लैंग्वेज, द वे, द of course we'll come through the issues which you're directing. Is it difficult to go back to almost 2 decades and recreate an era, not just the look wise of an actor, but the places where you're shooting and you're putting your film forth?
Yeah, it was extremely difficult because now after privatization, after post liberalization, everything has changed. And every city now starts resembling very modern. You do not have any kind of a characteristics of any city. सारे मतलब इतना ज़्यादा कंस्ट्रक्शन हो गया है कि all those milestones have changed. But thankfully जो हमारी स्टोरी है that was set in इलाहाबाद, प्रयागराज, उस समय इलाहाबाद. तो when we visited Prayagraj, it was मतलब there were certain places which have not changed.
Which still hold the heritage.
Yes, which have not changed and they still look the same. Yeah. They still look the same. And certain things मतलब मोबाइल टावर्स आ गए हैं, वो थोड़ा सा हम लोग को मिटाने पड़े, हम लोग को थोड़ा से मतलब देख के शूट करना पड़ा. But otherwise pretty much we got what we wanted in Prayagraj.
सनी मतलब being a Punjabi to adapting एकदम यूपी का बोली बहुत जम रहा है, बट प्रैक्टिस लगी.
हाँ बिल्कुल प्रैक्टिस लगी. मतलब इट डिड नॉट कम इजी टू मी एट ऑल, बट लकीली आई हैड सर हु वाज वेरी वेल वर्स्ड इन इट. एंड और फिर वो रीडिंग्स करते करते आई थिंक वो उस चीज़ और लिखा उसी लैंग्वेज में था. तो जब हमने स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ा हाँ तो लिखा उसी में था, तो वो काफ़ी आसान हो गया. एंड प्लस व्हाट आई डिड वाज शूट से 5-6 दिन पहले मैं चला गया था वहाँ पर when sir was there for tech recce with the whole team. So I said I'm not doing anything, let me come and let me see how people are and how they talk to each other and let me just get the feel and vibe of the city. So that I think helped a lot for me to get into it.
ये लुक की मूंछों वाला लुक मतलब कहाँ से ढूंढा सनी विद एकदम ऐसे दबंगई मूंछें वाला लुक? कैसे
वो दबंगई, वो हुड़दंग मचाने के लिए वो थोड़ा दबंगई चाहिए था, तो इसी के लिए वो
बेसिकली मतलब ये चीज़ी बॉय वाला लुक हटाना था.
नहीं, और मेरा एक और था. तो बेसिकली that was my thing.
Oh wow.
In my backstory in Daddu's character, his favorite actor is Anil Kapoor.
जब बात.
Yes, so तब तेजाब आई थी और ये सब, तो I kind of wanted him to emulate what Anil sir was at that time. हाँ, दिना. तो इसीलिए वो हल्का सा वो बटन यहाँ तक खुले हैं शर्ट के. हाँ करेक्ट. तो वो चश्मे वैसे पहने हुए हैं उसने, तो मतलब ये मेरे
छाती के बाल दिखने चाहिए.
छाती के बाल दिखने चाहिए. तो अल्ट्रा 90 जा रहे हैं हम.
करेक्ट.
सर करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग. एग्जैक्टली हमने किसी कमीशन या किसी उस मॉडल की बात नहीं करी, लेकिन मंडल कमीशन वाज द वन विच स्टार्टेड द अप्रोर इन 90s when this entire I would say the reservation dialogue started in the country, or more like an unrest. Does it become difficult when something as controversial which has happened in the past, it's very well the part of history, but you have to recreate on screen, making the youth of today aware what actually has led to the journey, the benefits which we all are reaping, be it from any caste, but the struggles of 2 decades back, how it actually came to fore?
Yeah, so in fact in the film, if you as in when you watch the film, you'll realize that we are primarily talking about a very important aspect of that time was, see, I'll just take you a little bit in that time. That time, this was 1990. Liberalization started happening from 91 onwards.
91 onwards, yeah.
So at that time, there was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unrest. If there were 5 jobs ka opening milta tha, to there were some 50 lakh people would sit for the exams. There was no privatization. So there was a lot of, so the careers were very limited. There were very limited options for careers.
That's
so,
what Daddu was like, focused to go for a civil services or maybe a short government job, as we call it.
वहाँ उस समय 90% of jobs was occupied by government jobs. There was hardly any private jobs का possibility. तो ऐसे टाइम में मतलब ऐसा कुछ जो मतलब रिजर्वेशन का जो प्रोसेस स्टार्ट हुआ, जो उस समय की गवर्नमेंट ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया, दैट इन फैक्ट फॉर द यूथ दैट एक्चुअली वाज अ काइंड ऑफ अ रोड ब्लॉक, एंड जिसके कारण बहुत अनरेस्ट हुआ, जिनके कारण काफ़ी सारे यंगस्टर्स इन्फ्लुएंस हो गए. एंड इसी के लिए इस मुद्दे पे हम लोगों ने वो फिल्म बनाने की कोशिश की है. As that this is as a backdrop, and the love story of Daddu and Jhulan.
जो 10 साल का, as he says, कि 10 साल में कितनी बार ब्रेकअप किए?
777 बार.
And you know there's a very important, a very interesting thing कि मतलब हम लोग सोचते हैं कि पुराना प्यार ना, मतलब पुराना प्यार यानी कि कसमें वादे खाने वाला प्यार होता है. ऐसा नहीं था. उस समय भी ब्रेकअप ही होता था, ब्रेक ऑफ होता था. उस समय ब्रेक ऑफ होता था, पैचअप होता था, ब्रेक ऑफ होता था, पैचअप होता था. सो दैट इज व्हाट मतलब, एंड इट्स अ वेरी इवन टुडेज.
आज तो खैर लेट्स नॉट डिस्कस आजकल. दैट्स व्हाई.
सो हाँ, मतलब जैसा आज का माहौल है वैसे उस समय का भी माहौल था. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू show through the film.
Sunny, you have any did you do any kind of background or homework check? Of course it's past like generation ke baad, but what was your groundwork? What Nikhil provided, or did you happen to speak to your father who was from that era, or what kind of homework was for you for this character?
No, even if my dad was much before that. Dad's education finished much before that. So talking to him wasn't first-hand experience. But yeah, he provided a lot of information. And also when I first heard the film, I did not understand its core because I was not exposed to it. And forget that, I did not even know that such a thing happened.
Exactly. We all studied all of this, including me or you, in history books. Like these were the chapters which scrolled through history books.
तो मुझे पता ही नहीं था, तो मुझे ना पहले समझ में ही नहीं आया. So I understood the core of the film and what is happening, but I said I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I don't understand this world. So I had to kind of read stuff about it to gauge what has happened before saying yes to the film. So yeah, he provided a lot. Majority of the information was from his, because you know what, you can go on the internet and you can read about it, but when you read when a person tells you about it, it kind of gives you a perspective. So that was very important to play in the film, because it's not a documentary, it's people's perspective that we are showing in the film. So his perspective was very important to understand, because हर बंदे का एक अलग perspective होता है to see a particular story. So it was very important to understand how he is seeing the story rather than what is written in terms of information, pure information. So yeah, he was a major part of.
He's a very good student.
Yeah, I was a very good student. Thanks.
We have some good college films, rare but good college films highlighting some real societal issues back in the day. Was any of those cinema a part of your journey while researching or writing, or like putting this project together?
Yes and no, both, because this story has been there for a very long time. It's been there for almost 10 years, the inception of the story. Also because I was around when this was happening. I was growing up and I've seen this firsthand. So yes, so no for that, and yes for student films. If I look back, there was a film called Holi, which was quite a. It's not such a popular film, but a very landmark film. Then Hasil, of course. So all these films have provided a lot of inspiration. and not consciously, but like because we've seen it.
We've seen it, yeah. We consume the kind of
consume
cinema.
the kind.
Sunny, does it put any added pressure on you that last release Shiddat actually, it was a overnight change in your career, almost after like a good span of all these years you have been in the industry. It put you at a spot which I don't think anyone of you or maybe else would have imagined. Does it put a pressure because it was an OTT hit, if we have any parameter to put it in that bracket? But now coming to cinemas, is there a certain kind of pressure you're feeling because that tag you have to now live up to, or maybe a responsibility you have to carry? Does it bother you a bit?
No, actually it does not. Very frankly, I'm telling you, I don't think it in those terms, because I understand that when you do a film because you want to be a part of it. And I kind of understand that when the film comes out, every film has its own fate and how people like it or people don't like it. So to carry the baggage of your past film success or failure into what you're doing now is, I think it's not right. It's not right for the film that you're doing. It's not right for the film that you've done. So you be in the moment, you see how this process is going, and I think that's the beauty. Otherwise you will not be able to enjoy what is happening right now.
And lastly, for you two, my last question: why Hurdang? Why this name? Though I love the name, एकदम घर पे तो ये तो Hurdang मचा रखा है पूरे दिन.
Exactly, that's the reason.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
सर एक सेकंड, ये बहुत मैं एक सवाल कर रहा हूँ. ये बहुत क्वेश्चन आया है. I don't know if I'm able to answer this. What is the correct meaning of Hurdang? Like if you have to translate it in English for a layman.
हल्ला शेरी.
अरे हल्ला शेरी तो उसका क्या एक वर्ड का क्या ये होगा?
Is हुड़दंग मतलब it has a lot of connotations.
Yeah.
It has a lot of connotations. मतलब बच्चे हुड़दंग मचाते हैं तो बोलते हैं कि हुड़दंग मत
हटो,
करो.
मतलब हमें बोला जाता है कि यहाँ हुड़दंग मचा
chaos?
रखा है.
Chaos is slightly dense.
Dense. This is like more
will
like
say
कि ये
chaos.
क्या ये क्या आफत बवाल मचा रखा है हर जगह.
मतलब
Hurdang is feeling.
and
हाँ, हल्का सा mischievous.
हल्का सा mischievousness, हल्का सा chaos.
I think Hurdang is a feeling.
अरे इस शिद्दत के बाद तुम हुड़दंग की फीलिंग आ रहा है.
बहुत शिद्दत से हुड़दंग.
अरे that's the best tagline. I'm getting it. शिद्दत से हुड़दंग मचा रहे हैं. But thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it, and yes, हुड़दंग मचाने का टाइम आ गया है with Sunny and Nikhil.
Hi, this is Sunny Kaushal.
Hi, this is Nikhil Bhat.
And you are watching us on PeepingMoon.com, and please watch our film Hurdang, which is releasing on 8th of April in cinemas near you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.